Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode here on the channel with me. And as always, I'm your host, Dragon Steve. And today we will be doing the second episode of D of Adventures in the Skydom, our homebrew D&D campaign. And just like last time, I am joined by the Slayer and Rose, with the Slayer playing Elise and Rose playing Yvonne. If you two have anything you'd like to say before we get started, now is the time.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm a fellow content creator too, for those of you who have not seen the last episode. And I'll be uploading my point of view to my YouTube channel, and I am streaming it over at twitch.tv/theslayer_246.
For people watching on my end in the Twitch chat, I do have his Twitch stream. I do have his Twitch linked, or Slayer. I do have her Twitch link. So Slayer, Twitch. Slayer's Twitch is linked. You don't have to bother linking mine. And the video and the respective VODs will be going up on each of our channels afterwards. So, to my recollection, we last left off with Yvonne and Elise, noticing a warm, welcoming feeling type of magic. So, of a similar nature to that of the Exia coming from the crystal. What would the two of you like to do?
Hmm.
Alright, I would honestly approach this. I guess I'll put myself here.
You approach the crystal and nothing happens.
Hmm.
There. Well, before passing it to Elise, what do you think happen if I were to go, just go running I guess that sounds weird. Get me on the.
So you're asking me if anything's going to happen if you pick it up?
Yeah.
Uh, roll for insight.
Alright. I have to my insight. No, I do not. I just have good initiative. Alright, so it's still a 2.
You cannot tell if anything is going to happen to you if you pick up this crystal.
I'm gonna have to mute for a
Alright. I guess Elise can do her thing now. Alright. I guess I'll just store it while we wait for her and continue looking at the bigger thing in the front.
I mean, if you want, you can check out up. You can check this out up
Alright,
here.
yeah. I'm good to keep
Is a
going.
thing.
My mom just wanted something.
Uh, yeah, I just stored the crystal, just checking out like the bigger thing that's just, more up in front. And I forget if it was a huge crystal or the airship.
Up at the top area up here, you mean? Wait 1 second, I need to. You're talking about this thing up here, right? Rose? Oh, this giant blob is the airship. Or it's part of the crashed ruins of it anyways. Roll for perception to see if you can find anything on the airship for me. Your perception modifier is a +2, and you have proficiency, so roll that perception check with advantage.
I can't see whatever this you're pointing, but yeah, I was talking about this big thing.
The giant brown thing that's right next to you is the ruins of the
Yeah,
airship.
I would definitely be interested in that, so I would be around with it.
Alright, so you got a 19. As you're exploring the crashed ruins of the airship, you find...
I'm not going to expect to be able to get it working. I would definitely be trying to...
that was a perception check to see if you were able to find anything in the ruins of the airship, not to try and fix it.
So, Rose, is that why you sound like you're in a blender?
Yeah, she does sound like she's in a blender right now. We're basically just saying your audio is very choppy. But anyway.
Yeah, I was saying it's what I find because you just got enough for me.
As you are exploring the airship, you come across a strange device. It seems familiar to you, though you cannot put your fingers on what exactly it is.
Oh, is this what I think?
What would you like to do with it?
Alright, well if I find something familiar in an unfamiliar place, I'm going to try and see. I'm gonna like try and rack my brain to be. Where have I seen this before?
Oh, yeah, I'll go with that. Roll for insight.
Alright. Yep.
I'm checking
I
your
don't have anything greater than
insight, so you
insight.
have no proficiencies or anything to your insight. You have no clue what this object is. Only that it is something that your people have used for ages.
Huh. Alright. Hmm.
Elise, what would you like to
I
do?
will put that away in the other pocket for better safekeeping and more access.
Okay, first off, Rose, can you join on your phone? Because it's more than just me and Dragon you need to worry about.
What?
Remember, we are currently recording and live streaming these videos.
Yeah?
So yeah, it's more than just me and Dragon that needs to be capable of understanding you properly.
Okay, I guess I can move to my phone and see if that helps.
Yeah.
Just give me one moment. Alright, I'm just hoping that's better. But we can go now?
Yep,
Yep.
the sound is coming through a lot more clear, at least on my end.
Wait.
Yep.
And with that, Elise, what would you like to do?
I'll move up next to Yvonne. And I would like to look around and see if I notice anything.
Roll for perception.
Also, I forgot, can you see in the dark like I do?
No, they cannot. So take that roll with disadvantage.
Yeah, well, at least you can
So
see the separate
7.
results.
Yep. Plus your perception is based off your wisdom, which is a +0. You cannot see anything that would be of interest to you.
Alright. Hey, go get the fucking water.
Because trip.
Hmm. I can't really think of anything else I like to do.
There is a very big object in this room that you guys saw when you came in here that you have not looked at once. And I'm not talking about the airship.
You didn't say anything about that when we got in here.
I think he means when
When
we
you guys got
arrived.
in, when you guys
When we
arrived
got
in
in
here
here.
last session, you guys did notice a pillar at the top.
Rose noticed that, I didn't.
Or at least Rose did. I don't know if Elise did
Yeah,
or not,
no.
because Elise can't really see in the dark.
Yeah, Elise didn't see it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'd
I'm
say
not
my,
gonna go looking
so yeah,
around
I'm
for
gonna
it because my character doesn't know it's there. So yeah, that'll be everything I'll be doing right now.
I would be heading back to that pillar there. Bit of lag. Oh, okay, I don't know what that was. Alright, but yeah, after greeting Elise again, saying that we should really be heading out of here. Let's see. I'll tell her I just have like one more extra job to do. Okay, come on, lag. There we go. So, I was just asking if she wants to join or leave.
Yeah, sure, I'll join you.
Alright. So you see, I can travel 7 squares, so that's 1...
Well, we're not in combat, and there's no more enemies in this area.
Oh,
So you guys can just move all the way up here.
I can actually skip climbing the pillar this time.
You didn't have, there was stairs right next to you.
I meant when I was over here in this area. I was like...
Yeah, you didn't need to climb the... Rose, you're standing right here. Stairs. There are stairs. No, you don't need to climb that. No. Rose. You
Okay.
were right here.
Yeah, I wasn't climbing, I was saying it's like... Oh, so when I was there last time, I didn't need to climb, even though they're sort of connected.
There's a literal
Stairs.
open space between these two pillars right over here.
I might be blind
This is where
because I
you
see them
went.
as connected.
This is where you went through. You went through this space right here.
I may very well be blind because I see them as connected.
I can fit this giant orb that I drew straight through there without touching either of the pillars. There was an open space between them.
But yeah, so we're both here now.
So, Rose, on the pillar there is wording written in Abyssal. At least, did you give your character any languages other than Common? Because I didn't see anything noted on your character sheet. And I'm not seeing anything about languages in your slime document.
Yeah,
Slayer?
that was probably a pretty big lack of proper information on my part.
I mean, yeah. I'm just wondering, did you intend to have any other languages at all?
And not really, but I do have the Acolyte background, which, pretty sure there's still stuff I need to choose for that background.
Yeah, I also need to rework myself as well.
I mean, I do plan on giving you guys a couple levels at the end of this session, so we will have to rework some stuff to your sheets after this.
Oh, yeah.
So that will be the perfect time to finish working your guys' characters.
Yeah, mainly just because I didn't really... Mainly just because, like, aside from, like, item stats and other things, like, you know, like, aside from, like, the bare essentials, like, a class stats and items, I didn't really give anything per Dragon's advice, so I really need to work on it.
Alright, yep. So, yeah, there's a few things that I should have from having that Acolyte background. I have proficiency in insight and religion, so we know that for future roles. And I also start off with the Cleric Magic Initiate feat.
But no other languages, so you both exclusively speak Common. So, I will give you the chance to make a history check on this.
Yeah, I'll make a history check. That is wisdom modifier, right?
Yes. So you will make this at disadvantage because you do not know the language.
That's definitely not succeeding.
Yeah. But with that through, I'm not even going to have you roll the second dice. You have no idea what the writing on this pillar is. As for you, Rose, I will put this in your DMs. It is up to you.
Alright, let me go see my DMs real quick. Freaking lag.
And other than that, this pillar just has some much smaller shards of whatever crystal substance you found in front of the airship.
Alright, so
It is up to you
So
what you do with that information. You do not have to say it out loud. You do not have to tell Elise if you do not want to.
No, yeah, I'll definitely tell her, and alright, so I'm gonna say is that, to my understanding at least, this place might be like a jail cell or something, because a fallen god is stored away here.
I see.
I will have you know, the god is not stored in this exact location. This is for out of character information. this location held one of the keys to his prison, and the key is now gone. The key was supposed to be on the pedestal.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't know that, so, I would just be thinking that probably underground is where the Fallen God's tomb is located.
I mean, there is literally a giant well here in the center of the room, so
that would only
probably
that would
realize that he's under the well.
Yeah, that would only make me more think that he's underground somewhere, hidden away.
All right, and with that, what would you guys like to do? My recommendation is to leave the temple through the way you came and head the direction that Ciero in our last session headed, which would have been heading opposite the direction of the temple back towards town.
So basically, we just head out and then we have the choice to go where CRO gave us directions to.
Yes.
Yep, I'll be doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I would, honestly.
All right. Let me just. I did not make a thing for the outside of town. I made one for one of the locations in town that you guys will be traveling to, but I did not make one for one of the locations outside of town. That is entirely my bad. So I will do that very quick. Not later.
Did you get me? Did you get me some juice too?
Yeah. I was drinking tea.
Oh, is your thirst a lot better?
Yeah, let me drink it.
Yeah.
Right. By the time you two have gotten back to town, it is nightfall, and I will say Rose is probably healed up at least a few points. You roll 1d4 for just healing, Rose.
Alright. Well, let's see here. No, come on. 1d4. Like, for some reason I kept pressing 3. Ha! I get 2 extra points.
Aha!
Alright. Also, something I did forget when I looked over is that I put down the armor class wrong. But now we're all perfectly good then.
Yeah, your AC, when I just checked, should be 60.
Yep.
And,
I realized I put that down.
Yep, I have
There you
made
go, I just fixed
my
those.
selections for the spells I'm getting from my Magic Initiate feat.
Alrighty. And with that, let us continue our game. So, I would like you both to make perception checks.
Okay.
The town is lit up by torchlight, as well as lights from the windows of the houses, so you can see well enough that you're not going to have to make this at disadvantage, at least.
Well, let's go then. Alright. So yeah, it's on the 19th.
That is a 3.
So, you notice nothing out of the ordinary, Elise. And for you, you notice that most of the and for you, Rose, you notice that most of the buildings seem very quiet, except for you can hear loud voices and singing from this direction.
From which?
Oh.
Hello?
1 second, Here we go.
Oh.
This way. For some reason, it wasn't letting me make markings.
Alright.
Hold on, I'm gonna refresh my page. I think I desynced. Dragon, did you just not change the maps?
Gotta force people to change maps. Oh, there we go. I found out I can have pre-built maps for everyone. Or
nice.
for different scenes. So, basically, this direction, you guys are able to, or Yvonne is able to hear voices and stuff coming from this way.
Alright. Okay, yeah, now I noticed the marking.
The rest of the town does seem dead quiet, though. Like, unnaturally silent.
Ooh, sorry. I'm fine. Sorry. Not yet. So I'm just going to very cautiously head head through the town in the direction that I heard the weird noises coming from, considering that seems to be the only source of noise around here.
And for you, Elise, or will you follow?
Yep.
Alright. So...
You arrive in front of a building that looks to be a hybrid between a tavern and an inn. If you look down over here where I just pinged, the sign reads Blue in common, Blue Dragon Tavern.
Well, I don't see a reason to not go in.
Yep.
Alright, so there are doors here. Alright, 1 second, I didn't ping properly. Right over here. And right over here. Which door would you like to head in through?
I guess the one we're closest through, so this one?
Yep.
Upon entering the tavern, you notice a couple of different things. At the table closest to you that has people at it, there appears to be a small family having their dinner, laughing and joking while singing. At the far end, there appears to be two people in full armor, presumably part of the town guard.
Hmm.
At the table nearest them, you can see Sierra, who I did put her full name. Everyone in Granblue is just calls her Sierra for short. Her full name is Siakati. Um, Talking with another person who appears to be another merchant. And at the counter, you can see a Urane, a male Urane who appears to be middle-aged with a very slender build.
Hmm.
For people who do not know, Uranes are just humans with animal ears.
I don't think it's honest, alright?
I can send you guys in the Discord a picture of the your aforementioned Urane that is running the tavern. Let me grab his picture for you guys. There you go. I put it in the RP text channel, so you guys will be able to see it there.
Hmm. I see. Right,
Upon hearing the door close after you two enter, Zero seems to notice you and calls out, "Welcome, strangers. Come, have a seat. I'm just about to finish up my meeting over here. Then we can talk some more."
Sure.
And as she says that, this person walks out, leaves.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll go over and take a seat.
Yeah, I'll go with the leaves.
As you two walk over and take your seats near the table, the person who was standing behind the counter to the bar comes over and asks for your guys' orders. If you guys would like anything to eat or drink. As well as he introduces himself as Aether, the Harvard who runs the Blue Dragon Tavern.
Hmm.
It was nice to meet you. I won't be having anything, though.
Yeah, I'll also be staying dry today.
He
Yeah,
nods
the
his
drink.
head in acknowledgement and walks back to his counter. Now, going back to Sierra, Sierra begins questioning the two of you on what you saw in the temple, because she's pretty much knows everything that happens on most islands.
Hmm. Well, we saw a crashed airship, a pedestal with an inscription on it that we cannot read, and that's all I can recall. How about you, Yvonne?
Hmm. We got into a big place, fought some weird mind controlling aliens. I found something that I recognized, but didn't. And well, we just found some other random loot.
With that, Tiro is going to mention that the creatures is going to question you guys on the creatures you saw, asking if they were weird floating black crystals with golden rings and a red core.
Yeah, that is how they went.
Yep, I'll just
if you
pull
got
out
them to
one
stay
of the rings
still.
I'm carrying and go like, this ring?
Zero looks at the ring with complete horror, as she cannot believe that you would be carrying such an item.
While she's in shock, I'm just gonna say, if you can get the little fuckers to stay still, they're pretty easy to beat.
So Sierra explains to you guys that she doesn't know the most about the creatures outside of their name, the Exia. Though she does know some people who would know more about them, and she calls over our friend Aether, who she explains his parents used to work at the temple you guys were just in before the airship crashed into it, destroying it. And Aether explains that the Exia are essentially fragments of the banished god that was mentioned on the pedestal that have seeped through the seal that is controlling his power and are attempting to release him. Through what means they're attempting to release him, he can only speculate, has something to do with the crystals they leave behind wherever they're found.
So they're proudly collecting what might be magic crystals. What can either be some very elaborate ritual, or they're just going to, or basically just gonna pile them all over around the tomb and turn it into like a magic pile of C4.
To that, Aether mentions that the temple was only a seal, was only holding a key to where the god is sealed, and was not the actual tomb of the god.
That makes a lot more sense, actually.
He mentions that the god is actually sealed on a floating island called Pandemonia, which is actually in and of itself another god designed as a prison for the gods.
Huh.
He also mentioned that a group of adventurers recently had mentioned seeing a group of Exuvia on another island nearby. Though he recommends checking out a nearby ancient tomb that is on the island you guys are currently on before heading there. As he's heard that you may find a useful artifact in this tomb.
Alright.
So we got a bit of a scavenger hunt, eh?
You see Aether and Sierra walk off into one of the back rooms real quickly. Before Sierra comes back out and hands you to a map to the tomb that Aether just mentioned. Aether comes back out and sits back at his little counter, as well as Sierra mentions that she has some contacts who can fix up the airship at the temple, and you guys can use that to help get around between the islands if you need to.
Alright.
However, she does ask that you guys become patrons of her Knickknack Shack in exchange for this favor.
I mean, it can't be like an awful job, right?
Yeah, I'll go along with it.
Dude, a patron is just somebody who frequents a location and buys from them frequently.
Oh.
She's being a businesswoman right now.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, can do.
What is your responses?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. I definitely say yes.
All right. Elise, your response?
Can do. I've said this multiple times.
I didn't hear you speaking.
Okay.
All right. And with that, Theoro is going to recommend that the two of you, seeing Yvonne looks fairly beat up still, she will recommend that the two of you rent a room here for the night to rest, saying that the Blue Dragon is not only a tavern, but it has an inn on its second floor, and that it's relatively cheap.
Yeah.
And with that, Zero is going to leave.
Hey, Dragon? That's not a door, that's a window.
Oh. I clicked the wrong thing. There is a door right next to it anyways. You get the point. She left the tavern.
Yep.
Well. So, now I'm assuming we either got to explore a bit more, or just...
I mean, I didn't put anything in the town. But I really just planned for you guys to come here, talk with Ciro and Arthur for a bit, get the information, come back over here, talk to Arthur, rent a room for the night, head upstairs, rest, and then go to the dungeon the next day.
Ah.
I mean,
Well,
you are pretty beat up. So yeah, the rest. So you could use the rest.
yeah, I could definitely use rest, although I was planning to do something. But alright. I just need to refresh.
Alright, so are you guys gonna walk over and talk to Arthur about renting rooms for the night? Or are you guys just gonna sit here at the table doing nothing?
I'm waiting for the refresh to load. But yeah, I'm going to go talk to him. Yeah, I would definitely go talking to him. I just want to first, so I just want to first go checking out the device I found in the ruins one more time.
I will again. This time I will have you make an investigation check on it.
Alright. I don't think I have anything to help with that.
Actually, your investigation is a -1. I just checked your stats, but you are technically investigating the device right now, is why I chose that.
Gosh dang it, I really need better stats here. Because the kind of character I wanted is definitely not fit for these stats. Alright, but yeah, D20 -1. Hey, it would have been a nat 20.
I mean, it is still a nat 20. It is just that, you lose 1 point in the final part of the roll. However, you do pass the check, and you can tell that this device has been used by your people for ages to manipulate various objects, the shape and form of various objects, including living creatures.
I definitely know a use I have for this. Alright, well, let's see here. Let's see, where is Arthur again?
Arthur is this guy right up here.
Okay.
Go behind the counter.
Oh, sorry.
Why do you go behind the counter?
Sorry.
Where's your manners? This is a businesswoman. You can't just have people running behind the counter.
It's just the weird perception. I thought he was standing on a ledge or something.
Yeah, no, it's just the way his model lined up with the tiles. It looks like he's standing on a ledge, but he's supposed to be standing behind like the bar counter over here.
Alright. So yeah, we'll definitely talk to him and try to ask, about what are the rates here.
It is 1 copper piece for a room for the night, and he does assure you that the rooms are adequately taken care of. It's just fairly cheap because he gets a lot of travelers coming through here quite often, so he doesn't need to charge all that much to keep the place up and running, as well as most of his income comes from the tavern on the lower floor.
Fair enough. Alright. Would we happen to have 2 copper pieces between the two of us?
I mean, you guys are each carrying the equivalent of most of the time when characters start out, they carry the equivalent of 15 gold, and 1 gold is equal to 10 silver, and 10 silver is equal to 1 copper. So you guys are carrying a decent bit more than 2 copper pieces each.
Another piece of information. Would have been nice to know. But yeah, I guess I can just hand them like one of the golds, and that should be enough for the two of us.
He will hand you back change in the form of 9 silver pieces and 8 copper pieces.
Alright.
Because I'm assuming you're only getting a room for the one night right now, correct? Or are you guys
Yeah.
planning to stay on this island for multiple?
Well, you said you only planned for us to stay for the one night, so I was only renting for one night.
No, well, I mean, you guys can stay on the island for a bit longer if you want. You don't have to go straight to the fight after the tomb tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, with that, you guys are free to just head upstairs and, take a long rest. That will completely reset your health and any skills or abilities you would have expended.
Alright. So let me just go note down. Alright, so that would be... here we go.
So you are carrying nine gold, 9 silver, and 8 coppers right now, Rose. If you're noting down your currency.
Yep. And 9. Alright.
And just as Arthur said, the rooms were fairly nicely made. Definitely, you, as far as you guys can tell, they are definitely better quality than what a 1 copper room should have been.
But yeah, I mean, if, yeah, I mean, if... God damn it, I had something for the... Oh yeah. Also, I noticed that if you have a business that doesn't charge much, but you get an unholy amount of customers, it should even itself out.
Yeah. To be fair. So, to let you guys know, the island I'm having you guys start off on is an island called Port Breeze, which is basically the busiest port in all of the Fanta Grande Skydom. So when he says he gets a lot of travelers coming through, he gets a lot of travelers coming through. Merchants, adventurers, you name it, you're bound to come through Port Breeze at some point. Alright, and with that, you guys will be fully rested and restored and ready. So you wake up the next day and head, and what do you guys want to do? Would you like to explore, talk to Arthur a bit more? Because it is going to have been day. I'm going to remove all the people from the tavern.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't be here anymore. Only person who would be here right now is Arthur.
So have fun just continuing on the main path.
Alright, so you guys are just gonna...
Yeah, I would be going out to explore like my plan was in the beginning, but I decided I was too tired.
Well, you guys... I'm supposed to your long rest, restored, and this is not like the next morning. You guys come downstairs the next morning and see Arthur at the counter.
So then I guess I would come down to wish him a good goodbye and then, head up and explore like I planned the previous night.
So, you're going to go and explore the town, is what I'm hearing, Rose. Claire, are you going to follow her, or would you like to try and convince her to go to the dungeon first?
I'm gonna follow Yvonne.
Alright. Party rooms here. Save, there we go. Alright, so you guys enter the town, and it is almost as quiet as it was yesterday. You can hear families talking inside some of the houses. I'm not going to spawn characters for this. But there's people talking inside all of the houses, families having breakfast and whatnot.
Sorry, what? You cut off for a bit at the end.
You guys get to the town. You can hear people talking, families having breakfast, like normal hustle and bustle from within the town, pretty much, for early morning.
Okay, so it's a bit busy in the morning, figures. Huh.
Yeah, so basically, people on this island, at night, you either go right to bed or you go to the pub to drink. Which is why it was dead quiet the previous night, as everyone was already sleeping or drinking at the bar.
Alright, and so again, is just that the options were what in drink at the pub?
The options that all of like the civilians were doing was you were either asleep at home or you were drinking at the bar.
So let's
And
chatting.
that's why it was pretty much dead silent last night when you guys came through here, is because everybody was asleep.
Alright, yeah. Uh. Well, I don't feel like drinking. And
It is now the morning. You guys are coming back through the city in the morning. It's normal morning time hubbub. You can hear families talking around their table as they have breakfast, people bustling through the streets as they go to get to their jobs and whatnot.
yeah, I was thinking of like unemployed people, but yeah, so I would just be first honestly looking around. First honestly looking around for perhaps like a food stand or something.
You just left a tavern. If you wanted food, you could have ordered something from Aether.
Well, I don't. I didn't know that tavern served anything but drinks because I literally never hear anyone get anything from a tavern but
Taverns
beer
are
or ale or
restaurants.
whatever liquor, whatever
A
liquor
tavern,
species drinks.
a tavern is basically a medieval restaurant.
Figures. But yeah, anytime I have ever heard a tavern being mentioned in any media, especially in D&D, people only ever order whatever liquor the species happens to drink.
That's just because drinking is very popular amongst adventuring groups.
Uh,
Anyway, yeah. You do not see any signs of a food stand in this area of the town. This is the residential district you guys are currently in. If you wanted food, you'd either have to go back to the tavern and order some from Aether, Or you could head down to the... Right. Or you can head down to the market district.
I would definitely try to look for that.
The market's just, if I can ping, the market's just down this way.
Which way again?
Down here.
I think I need to zoom out. But I'm gonna assume it's on the down area.
Yes, it is the down area. I have to make a market now. Thanks a lot, Rose. Yeah, you're really making me make a lot of maps that I didn't plan for right now. Thank you so much.
I'm not planning to make you work harder. I'm just.
If you guys were literally just, I mean, I did plan on you guys coming to talk to Sierra. I was planning on you guys going to the dungeon and then just meeting her in the tavern again. But now I have to make the freaking market area. Give me a minute to set this up. I'm not letting you guys in here until I have this ready. Are you...
Actually, wouldn't Roll20 have a pre-made market area?
They do have a pre-made market map. I have to set it up, like set up NPCs and whatnot.
Ah.
This isn't going to look anywhat like the rest of the town, just because the pre-made market area map doesn't look like the rest of the town. Just don't question it.
And yeah, while you're doing that, I'm going to use my slime shifting ability to turn into a parrot and just ride around on Yvonne's shoulder.
Alright. Come on in now. I have it ready. You guys may come and see the market.
Alright.
So, what you guys are able to see here is across the way you can see the same family from the tavern last night. You can see Sierra standing out front of a market stall with a hanging sign that says the Knick-Knack Shack. Down at the bottom, you can see someone who appears to be selling potions across the way from the potion cellar, you can see a blacksmith working at their forge. And actually, this looks... And then down further past the blacksmith a little bit, you can see somebody running what looks to be a food stand. I will have you know, the Knickknack Shack does sell everything that you can buy from all of the other places, and in better versions of said things as well.
Let's stop by the
It's
Knickknack
basically, the
Shack.
fun thing about the Knickknack Shack is it's basically just your all-around general goods store.
Yep, as I am just
All right.
The other
sitting
ones are
on
like local
Yvonne's
specialty
shoulder, I
shops.
just speak directly to
would they
your
be more
ear. Let's
expensive?
visit the Knickknack Shack.
And also, I just want to ask before we go, would they be more expensive?
Yes.
Hmm.
They're all kind of supposed to be like local specialty stores, while Shiro is basically just like... It's like a Myers. You can find pretty much everything you need there for relatively cheap. But it's gonna all be like name brand stuff.
Alright, that figures. Well, let's see here. Rose the Knickknack Shack again, because I'm also going to be heading over there.
Right down here with Sierra, who
Alright.
runs it. And then Elise, you said you are paired on Rose's shoulder, so you just follow Rose around for now. Sierra sees you coming and welcomes the two of you to it, asking how your guys' day has gone. Although
How would
she
Sierra
realizes that
recognize
it
me?
is
I'm
only
currently a
Yvonne.
parrot.
Yeah, I know. Can you let me finish?
Okay.
Seeing that it's only Yvonne, she asks where the other traveler was.
I'm right here.
So where the other traveler is.
I'm gonna say that that she's just stuck with me for now. Like, you know, I just put her away since she was small.
Yep. I
Shiro
just pipe
will
up.
give you
Hello there, Sierra. I'm right here. Although you probably don't recognize me like this. And then just get off of Rose's shoulder and just go back to my normal form.
Ah, so you're a shapeshifter. We don't have many of those around here. You guys must be travelers from really afar. I have some people working on fixing up that airship from by the temple already. It should be ready within the next few days to fly again. From what they told me, it's not in too bad of a shape.
Now that's a surprising part.
Sierra asks what you get. After that, she'll ask what you guys have come to the Knickknack Shack for.
I'm going to respond with food. Preferably something I can eat on the fly.
Sierra will pull out a few large crates from the back of the shack, each one full of various food items. She also recommends that you look at buying some healing items for if you do plan to go explore the dungeon, and pulls out a large selection of healing potions.
Huh.
Or more of like, not selection, just stock. There's just a lot of potions.
How much are the healing potions?
Yep, a bunch of
Yes.
healing potions.
It
Alright,
is going to
so.
be. She says it is 1 silver per healing potion, as well as depending on what food items you get. I'm going to assume you get like a decent bit of rations here, Ivane.
Yep.
And I'm probably and it's mostly quick, easy food, so it's probably going to be fairly cheap. So I'll say probably 9-ish copper worth of food items that you guys are going to order.
Alright, so it's 9 copper worth of food. And if I wanted to get, say, 3 healing potions, that would be 3 silver, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just hand her a
Alright, so I'm
gold
gonna go
coin
note
and
that down.
just say, I'll take 10 healing potions.
All right. Zero gives you the healing potions and takes the coin. Before thanking you for your business. And so you're getting 3 healing potions and 9 coppers worth of food.
Yep.
You currently have 8 copper on you. So I'm assuming you're just going to do 4 silvers and take the change.
Yep.
All right. The 4 silvers change for what you ordered is going to be 1 silver, is going to be 1 copper. So Rose takes so Sierra takes your 4 silver, hands you a copper coin before giving you the items, thanking you too for your business, and handing you an extra healing potion each, saying it's on the house for first-time customers.
Hey.
Saying she hopes to have more fruitful business ventures with the two of you.
So Pokeball logic does apply.
No, it is just being. No, she is really just being a business person right now,
Yeah, I know, I was
trying to
just
get you
trying to
guys
be
to come
funny.
back. All right, and with that, Rose now has 5 days worth of rations, 4 healing potions, and Elise is carrying 11 healing potions.
Yep, I'll just form a bag on my hip to just make carrying around the healing potions easier.
You have a. I'm pretty sure. Wait, did your class? I mean, you didn't put anything about it. Okay, I'm going off of like like with what I can remember for starting items and stuff. I'm going off of my memory of how most characters start. Most characters would just start with a backpack to hold that kind of stuff in.
Okay.
But a slime is like a living backpack.
Yeah, slime is living backpack, so I guess you don't need one at least. Yeah, you're just gonna store all of your healing potions inside of you.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing.
All right. What would you guys like to do next? Would you like to go to the temple or to the tomb now that you guys have been recommended to go to multiple times?
Let's go to the tomb.
And I have
Alright.
been very heavily implying has significance to the plot line that I had planned for this episode.
Before we go off and go into whatever boss fight we're about to run into, I'm
Oh,
gonna
this
ask
isn't the
you.
boss fight yet.
I was sort of joking. I'm just like, before we go into whatever, where we ever run into our first villain over there, I'm just gonna ask Sierra if there's like anywhere around here with like a huge open space for an experiment.
Uh, Sierra recommends the Forest, which you guys are going to end up having to pass through on your way to the tomb.
Very well then. I guess we'll go on the way to the temple, and before I head in, I'm gonna test out my idea. Alright, let me just zoom out so I can... So which way would the temple be?
I'm just gonna take you guys to the forest.
Ah, okay.
Because I'm not... You guys have a map, you know where it is.
I was just asking which way to go.
And I am just realizing I pasted those on the map layer instead of the tokens layer. There we go, that fixes my problem. Put them on the correct layer. Alright, here we go. Moving you guys to the forest so Rose can test her theory. They just kind of have you guys in the center of it.
Fair enough. Alright, so what my idea to test was that I'm going to tell Elise to stand back a good bit, like a good bit back, and take out the device I found in the ruins.
Alright, I'll do just that.
Alright. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to hold it to my chest. And what I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try I will use the first part but try the second part. So the plan will be to become a pangolin and use the device to basically supersize myself.
Alright, you successfully turn into a penguin. However,
I said a pangolin.
A what?
A pangolin.
I do not know what that creature is. Give me a second to look this up real quick. So
Alright, so it's Panglin.
penguin. You do manage to successfully turn into a pangolin. You do not, when you attempt to supersize yourself, you only grow to about 3 times the size of a normal one, though.
Alright, so yeah, pangolin are about the size of I would say like a tween.
It looks like a slightly bigger version of an armadillo to me.
Yeah, no, pangolin would be like the size of like I don't want to say old, but you know, like a big kid or a teenager. Like they're not really big enough to match up to the size of adults. But yeah, and they are just
Let
like
me. All right. Normally. All right. So in terms of length, they go from 12 to 60 inches. I'm going to say you're probably going to reach around that 60-inch size because I don't want to be like mean with this, but you are still new to this whole transformation thing. So as you level up and get more experience with it, I will let you reach bigger sizes and more complex forms, which is how wild shape normally works in Dungeons and Dragons. The higher your level, the more advanced creatures you can turn into.
fair enough. Just let me get my calculator to see.
I'm saying like when you go to increase your size, you cap at that 60 foot.
Yeah, I was just saying, it's like 60 inches is what foot? It is apparently 5 foot.
Yeah, so you're a 5-foot pangolin. Congratulations.
I am now the size of a short adult.
You are quite literally barely taller than Sierra now. You are the size of a tall Harvin.
And possibly even funnier is that
You went from
whatever.
being twice the size of a Harvin to barely taller than one. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm only 3 foot.
What I'm pretty sure, what I'm pretty sure, I was gonna say is that what I'm pretty sure is even funnier is that whatever transformation or like other change I do to myself and say, all right, I'm done. Basically, after that point, when I say I'm done, a timer starts that says, all right, you have this amount of time before everything heads back to normal.
Yeah, which I don't know how long that timer is, but you are
It is 3
currently
minutes.
just 3 minutes time. Okay, so that
So basically like how you describe wild shape. It'll go from 3 to 30 minutes max.
yeah. So I'm assuming you're gonna stay as the pangolin while we move to the dungeon, because if you untransform, that would just be a waste of one of your charges.
Yeah, I will stay as the 5 foot pangolin.
All right, I will move you guys to the dungeon. You guys are up in the top right corner of the dungeon map.
All right. Oh no, so Slayer said something that wild shape gives me temporary hit points.
I will. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. I do need to double check its effects though, real quick.
Yeah,
Uh,
if I remember right about Wild Shape,
yes, it just
the
mainly interested me
HP
because I'm one.
is set to the max HP of what you Wild Shape into, and then you're forcibly turned back when your Wild Shape form runs out of HP.
I do not know if a pangolin is a basic creature in Dungeons and Dragons. I'm gonna be honest with you here.
Let's see. Okay, so I don't think a pangolin is a creature in D&D, but if we were trying to put it, what would you say that how many hit points would you say that a 5 foot creature with more armor than an armadillo would have?
It is. It is a creature in D&D 5th edition, actually.
Oh, I have never heard of a pangolin in this.
Hit points is 1d6 plus 1 per rolled, or
Or
set hit point value is 4. But that is for a normal sized pangolin. Because you are about 3 times the size, I will give you.
yeah, you said I was. You said
Yeah,
I
you are
was
a bit
three
bigger than a
times.
normal pangolin right now.
Yeah,
So,
you said I was triple as big as a pangolin should be.
yes, you're. I will give you 3 times the pangolin health, set health. So
So
that
it's 1d6 plus 1 multiplied by 3.
I'm running this off of the set health, not the rolled health. And it
Okay,
says the
so
set
I
health
would have.
is 4. So you're going to have 12 hit points for now.
Alright.
For the next 3 minutes.
Alright,
In
honestly,
game
it's very
time.
fun. Alright.
Also, you
Uh,
do lose your dark vision.
that is fair enough.
Because
I also just
this
asked
creature,
is
from
how
what I
are
saw,
we
does not
going?
have dark vision.
Yeah,
You
I
are
just wanted to ask
essentially a
something.
pangolin right now. You are
Yeah, no, I
pangolin.
was saying that's why I was just trying to ask is how are we gonna calculate time?
We're gonna calculate time by turns. Because this entire area is gonna be one giant combat encounter. And most combat turns in D&D normally take like 5 seconds at max.
Fair enough, so it'll be like 5 seconds per turn, I guess, or 5 seconds per encounter.
If I remember right, rules as written, one entire round is 10 seconds.
Alright, so 10 seconds. Yeah, 10 seconds per like full rotation. And I have 180, so this should last me a good bit.
Yeah, these probably should last you for the entirety of this dungeon.
Alright, let's go then.
Alright, so immediately upon entering, you will notice that it is very dark, and the further you go in, the darker it only appears to get. You notice 2 coffins off to your guys' left side.
Alright, let me zoom in a bit for this.
I will pull out a potion,
Huh.
and I will cast the cantrip Light on it.
So you cast the cantrip Light on, what, the coffin?
No, random ass
Maybe?
potion I pulled out.
Oh, you're just gonna pull out a potion and use it as a light bulb. So, the light illuminates up to about, I'm gonna draw a line here.
Yep, it's bright light for 20 feet, and then 20 feet past that is dim light. So it's a 40-foot total radius.
Right. There we go. So, 1, 2. Alright. So, you are able to see one skeleton down a little ways past you guys. But it notices the light and sees you guys with that.
Yep.
Oh,
Next
that's
to
neat.
aura settings, that big circle is how far the light reaches.
Alright. So this thing is going to notice the bright light, so you guys will not get the advantage on initiative rolls. Give me 1 second to pull up the skeleton tab so I can see what this thing does for its initiative roll. I know the initiative roll is a d20, I just need to see what its initiative modifier is. So, that is roll start, everyone. Did you just do that? So, everyone, roll for initiative.
Alright.
The skeleton has an initiative of 6, so it's probably going to be fairly low in this combat order.
Yeah,
It
my
seems I'm
initiative
going
gets
first.
+1, so my initiative is 12.
You have a +1 to your initiative.
Okay, so 19.
So Slayer has 12. So that I have a thing for turn order. So it is going to be Yvonne, Elise, if I can I? There you go. I have this written down now. So, what would you like to do, Yvonne? There is a skeleton down here that clearly knows you are not supposed to be here.
I'm gonna say fuck it, we bow. Quite literally. I said something in the RP text that signifies what I tried to do, which I'm gonna cosplay Cannonball.
I mean, with Wild Shape, you basically just lose access to all your equipment.
Yeah. So, let me.
I'm pretty sure that running around like this wouldn't require like a good weapon or something.
It just depends on whether or not the creature that you are currently shaped into is capable of doing that.
Curl. As a reaction to being attacked, Pangolin can curl into a ball. Will curl into the ball. It gains a bonus of 2 AC. It may uncurl as a bonus action on its turn.
So I will have Hold it. I will have
You have
a
a melee attack of 5 feet, 1 target, based on your strength modifier.
which is
So your strength is a plus, so you have a +0 to hit, and you will do 1 piercing damage to whatever you hit.
Yeah, the thing is definitely not within 5 feet of me.
I'm just looking up Penguin rules as written there. So probably not the best character to shift into.
Yeah, I was thinking it would be because something that's
You
about the
do
size
have
of
a
a person with
movement
armor
speed
claws.
of 20. So you can, as well as a burrowing speed of 5 feet, which means you can go underground and just start slowly making your way towards this thing. It will take you some time, though.
Hmm.
It is going to take
Okay,
a
yeah.
while
Yeah, instead of trying...
to
I
get
can
to
probably
this
come
thing
up
if you
for a
go
surprise attack,
underground.
and I can possibly have like a surprise attack in something near it.
Rose, it is going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, wait. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is going to take you about 8 turns to get to this thing if you go underground.
Hmm.
Because you have a maximum burrowing speed of 5. So I suggest you run forwards a ways and then you start burrowing, like at the edge of Elias's light circle. Bright light is where you start burrowing.
Alright, I shall do that then, where I'm gonna get a bit of a running start and jump and proceed to start digging from there. So,
So that will end you right over.
oh,
I was
Oh,
going to say you can probably start digging from 1 more tile down.
yeah, Yvonne, you
there we
also
go.
still
But yeah.
have your actions, so you can just take the dash action to move further if you want.
Oh, so
I don't
I
know if
shall.
you can. Let me check this first. I actions. Yeah, I don't know if you can dash while burrowing because I'm pretty sure special dashes doesn't work with special movement. I might be wrong on that though.
But yeah, still, she can still be closer to the enemy before she starts burrowing towards it.
Well, yeah, she could have started burrowing from a ways back. It's funny.
I said that I could get to the edge of the bright light and start digging, so I did, and he goes, "Oh, you can actually go one more."
Well, no,
And
you had 1 more tile of the bright light circle that you could have moved to.
oh, hold it. Is that here then?
Okay, I will put line.
Yeah,
If it lets me draw a line here.
yeah,
Um,
here.
you could have done to here with your run, which would be your full 20 move feet, and then you move 1 more diagonally with your burrow.
Uh, so I could
Which
have moved
that
here.
would be dashing because it is not that it has 5 feet of burrowing on top of its 20 feet of movement. It has 5 feet of movement of which it has 20 feet of movement of which 5 can be burrowing.
There. So I guess I start burrowing in this spot,
So you'd start
and
burrowing in that spot and then move
yeah.
here, but to get to that spot you'd have had to have taken your dash. You'd have to take your dash action to start burrowing from this spot.
Okay, yes. Definitely remember that next time. So yeah, I guess I start burrowing here then, since I forgot to dash.
I mean, you do so movement. You have your movement, which you just did, and then
Yeah.
from here you have your action still, which you can declare to take the dash action and then burrow that 5 feet.
So yeah, I will dash and burrow the extra 5.
Yeah, the dash action just uses your action, but it gives you additional movement speed that turn equal to your base movement speed.
Yeah, the Pagbun has a maximum burrowing speed of 5. So if it burrows, it can only move 5 feet while burrowing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I maxed out
And that
home.
5 feet of burrowing is included in its 20 feet of normal movement. It is not in like additional movement that it can do every turn. It is part of its 20 base movement. Yeah,
Alrighty.
special types of movement such as flying, swimming, and burrowing, those kinds of things, they are listed separately from your normal movement. However, they are counted as part of your normal movement when you use them. So a character with a flight speed of 15 and a walk speed of 30 cannot walk 30 meters and then jump into the air and fly an extra 15. They can walk 15 meters, jump into the air, and fly the extra 15.
So I would. So am I here or here then? Okay, I
You
guess.
can be right where you are right now. That is a possibility because you can burrow the 5 feet and come out of the burrow at that 5 feet token, and then continue, and then you still have an additional 15 feet of movement after you stop burrowing.
Okay. Hmm.
And you would have come out in your burrow in
That location I'm in, yeah.
So you started burrowing here. So
Yeah, here.
the burrow could have ended in any of these tiles.
Alright. So I would choose here, I guess.
Or actually, yeah. And then from that point, you have more movement still, an additional 15 feet.
Alright, so that would be. Come on, let me move myself. Alright. So that's 1, 2.
Over, you cannot attack this turn because to run to the edge of the light, that use your entire movement speed, and then you had to use the dash action to continue moving.
Yeah, figures. Alright, I'm just gonna. Yeah, so I will meet the skeleton and just hope that my armor class saves me from being swung at blindly.
Why did you change your armor to 20?
You said I had 20 AC?
I said you had 20 feet of movement.
I really swear I heard you say AC.
Yeah, no. The pangolin only has a 15 to armor class.
Mm.
Your actual armor is a 16, though, for your character.
Actually, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that while wild shaped, her armor class does change to the AC of whatever she's wild shaped into.
No, it is. Elise's turn.
Yeah.
A movement speed of 15 you have. Plus you can just make like a 50-foot whip and hit this thing from all the way over here.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Does she
gonna
have
do.
the slime for that at like level 3 or 4? Where are we at?
I did it before.
Oh yeah.
That is
It's
correct.
only 10 slime to make the base of the whip, and then an additional 5 slime per 5 feet it reaches.
So yeah, you could make, because I was thinking back and you almost ran out of, I think, 45 feet.
The last time they made 35 feet.
Right. Yeah, they were almost
Exact, and
empty.
they had like 10 slime left.
Alright, so yeah, I'll go down to 27 slime. So I'm only about like a foot tall right now.
Yeah.
And, I'll use my movement to move here. And then I will smack this guy. And then, since it's finesse, I can choose between my dex or strength modifier. I would choose my strength. So that is... Yeah, that's not hitting.
Not by a long shot. And now we move to the Skellington's turn. But first, I need to roll perception for the second Skellington in this room to see if he notices you guys yet.
Yeah, I mean, the light is fairly dim for that guy. Yeah, he's not
Yeah,
even in the
he
range
is.
of a dim light.
He's out of range in dim light, and we're a good bit away, so he should have noticed us, right?
I mean, he can still see the light, he's just not in the light.
Yes.
So his chances of seeing the light probably aren't realistically that high, but he can still see it.
He also has 60 feet of dark vision, so...
Oof.
Chances are he's going to notice you guys. Yeah, he knows you guys are here.
Well, this blows.
So when his turn comes around, he's gonna start coming towards you guys. Now, I will note that these things do speak common. You can probably try to talk them out of punching you guys in the face. I'm not sure how well it's gonna work, but...
I only got a charisma of 12. I don't think I'm going to be convincing these guys of much of anything.
These things have a charisma of 5. They are weak to bludgeoning attacks, I will have you know that. So blunt weapons is your way to go, which, funnily enough, Ivane, because you turned into a Pagborn, your melee strike is no longer bludgeoning, it is now slashing.
Figures.
As well as I'm pretty sure Slayer's whip is also slashing.
Yeah, the whip is slashing.
Yeah. I mean, slashing will do neutral damage to them, but...
But yeah, who needs a lot of movement when you could just reach very far by making a very long whip?
That is correct.
Yeah, at this
So
point,
this
I'm just
first
sniping
skeleton
with a
that is
whip.
standing right next to Rose.
So, yeah, there's a skeleton right next to me.
Yep.
And
It is
pretty
going to
sure-
take a swing. It is going to take a swing at you. And that is going to hit. Yes, it is the d20 plus 5 for its hit. Because this thing, skeletons carry short swords, apparently. And that is going to deal 6 damage to you. Because the skeleton has a preset damage on its short sword hit of a 6.
Yeah, I'm assuming
Alright.
that damage would be slashing.
Yes, the damage is slashing, which I'm going to check the Pagborn. Does it have... No, it does not have resistance or weakness to slashing damage, to what I can see.
Alrighty.
Oh, shoot.
So that's a third of your health gone.
That is half of Yvonne's current health gone.
Alright, so it's
Yeah, it's
1d6.
Yeah,
Oh,
honestly,
no,
I
it's-
think our roles are a little reversed here. I'm supposed to be the tank. Yet you're the one taking the hits.
Yeah, I probably should have picked something like a porcupine or one of those snakes that shoot venom. Alright, but I'm assuming it's back to me?
No. This guy's coming for you now.
Oh no, not the second one.
Wait, did you roll his initiative?
I did not, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna be the same. But because he's coming into the fight after you guys have already started combat, he's going last in the turn order.
I'm pretty sure that's not actually how initiative works. If I remember right, whenever anything joins in the middle of combat, you roll its initiative and just apply its initiative accordingly, if I remember right.
Alright, then I can roll its initiative right now. It has an initiative of 12 plus 3 is 13. And I need to roll up here and check initiatives. So,
Wouldn't 12 plus 3 be 15?
yeah, 15. And Slayer's initiative. So this guy is going to be going in between the two of you, in between you two.
Okay.
So then, yeah, it is back to you. You have one more turn of this thing not coming for you.
Honestly, you should probably get out of there.
Alright.
You cannot take another hit from those guys.
I mean, she just goes back to her normal form if she does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Then she has to run. Or, Claire, you could always just turn your thing into a giant mace and then start swinging it like a madman.
Well, since Slime Weapon makes the weapon in its traditional state, it's just going to be a standard mace. It's not going to be a big one.
It's...
And yeah, Dragon, if you right-click
Okay,
the tokens, you can
so-
click the Add Turn button.
Alright, and I'm gonna try and... I will try to attack this I will try and attack this thing with like a sort of jab uppercut. Like I'm going to basically just I'm gonna like just put my fingers together like a blade and proceed to swipe at like the lower right part of its face.
All right, so I did forget. So I did forget this. When you were attacked by the skeleton, when you are attacked, you have the option to turn into a ball and get a bonus 2 to your armor class whenever you are attacked, and then you can unball.
That would have been nice to know.
I mean, so here's the thing. It is after you are punched, you do that.
Oh, after I have been so basically after the damage is done and I can do something, I can turn into a ball for more armor.
Okay, so I'm pretty. So as a reaction to being attacked, Pagolin can curl into a ball. While curled into the ball, it gains a bonus of 2 AC. So last turn, that would have still done nothing to save you from being punched by from being hit by the first skeleton. But
How
that is
high did
something you can do in the future.
So that thing rolled like an 18, god dang.
It rolled a 16. It rolled a 21 to punch you last turn.
Well,
Yeah, plus it's after
uh,
you've been punched, you can do
Because
that.
it has a +5 to attacks with the sword that it is carrying.
okay. I'll definitely remember that I can at least down the damage, but yeah, we'll just strike at this thing's head.
Yeah. So that is make your d20 roll. You do have to roll higher than 14 because you have a +0 to your swing. You
Well,
miss.
Yeah, if I remember right, the order in which you make your moves does not actually matter.
oh, and I side.
However,
You
I
still
would
have your
not recommend
movement.
moving away from it because that would trigger an attack of opportunity.
Actually, this thing does not have opportunity attacks,
Ah, okay.
as far as I can tell.
Alright, so
Because in its actions it has listed a short sword and a ranged weapon, which this one is a melee skeleton.
Alright, so yeah, I shall. Alright, so I shall just move back to. Yeah, move back to Elise then.
All right, and with that, this one down here is going to start coming for you guys. And with that, it is Elise's turn.
I will move right here. I will use my bonus action to reabsorb the whip and make a great sword.
The greatsword would still be slashing damage.
Yes, but it's 2d6 rather than 1d4 for the damage.
You could switch it to a warhammer for 1d10 bludgeoning, which is what these things are weak to.
Yeah, so I'll make a warhammer instead. Yep, since regular old weapons don't have any special rules attached to them, it's only 10 as long to make it.
Yep.
And then I will.
And
smack
so the
this
Warhammer
goblin right
uses
here.
the versatile. So I'm assuming you can use whatever strength or dexterity you want for it. I'm assuming you're going to go with strength for your modifier to swinging with it.
Actually, I'm gonna look up the Warhammer.
Mm. The Warhammer does more damage than the sword, and it's of the type that these creatures are weak to.
Hey, let's fabric and go.
So I don't know why you wouldn't switch to a Warhammer and use a greatsword in this case.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the Warhammer, but yeah, it doesn't look like I can actually apply any modifiers to it because it's versatile. Unless there's something I'm missing about the rules of the game.
Okay, so I'm looking at. So it's 1d8 bludgeoning, and it has versatile, which it says 1d10. It also has the push property, meaning any creature you hit with it will be pushed 5 feet in the direction that you're hitting it from.
Honestly, I'm gonna go for a greatsword because versatile just means I can either one or two-hand it, and if I two-hand it, I deal more damage with it. Whereas a greatsword, I can apply my strength modifier to it to have a higher chance of actually hitting my target. So, yeah, I'm going greatsword for consistency of actually smacking this guy.
Alright.
So, yep. I will attempt to smack him with my greatsword.
That will be 1d20 plus 2, which is your strength modifier, if I'm correct.
Yep.
Yep, your strength is a plus 2.
And then the damage is 4. Both those D6s rolled a nat 1.
Yeah. What is the range on the greatsword? Because if that is close enough, I do think he could have also hit him. Two-handed. I can take the graze property, which I don't know. Who's the greatsword? Doesn't. No, it's not a reach weapon. So I'm pretty sure it's just that same standard 5 feet of reach that everything has.
Yep, that is all my actions and movement used up.
You used your action. You do still have your bonus action, but the
No, I
greatsword's
used my
too
bonus
heavy.
action on changing my weapon. Slime weapon's not a free action, it's a bonus action.
So yeah, then you've used. I think you also moved from up here, so that would have been.
Yep, that would have been my movement.
10 feet. You have an extra 5 feet of movement to back away from the skeletons.
No, that was 15 feet of movement.
You used 10 feet to get where you currently are.
No, I used 15 feet. I measured it before I moved.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you moved from right above, from one tile on top of Rose. Then yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
Now it's skeleton number 2, who's going to move up and swing at you.
Who's he swinging at?
1d20. He's swinging at you at least. You are the closest person to the 2 skeletons, so they're going to focus on you.
Alrighty.
That is a d20. Plus 5 is 11. You only have an AC of 4, so that will hit.
Yep. And yeah,
And
since this
turns
is
6
slashing
damage.
I do resist it.
This is piercing damage, so you're taking 3.
Uh, I resist all 3 of the physical damage types. So yeah, piercing, bludgeoning, and slashing, I resist all 3 of those. Yeah, I have a low AC, but damn do I tank.
Until you get to magic and elemental damage.
Yeah. So did he roll a 6 or a 3 for damage?
It has a fixed damage of 6, so it's dealing 3 damage to you.
Alrighty. Yeah, honestly, maybe I should up the base AC for this class a bit, or give them more options for upping their AC.
You can easily give them some kind of like reaction, where you can attempt to where if something rolls extremely high, or if something rolls fairly low, you can have a reaction to roll a d20, and if you roll higher, then you dodge backwards 5 feet.
Yeah, I can also just change when I get slime armor. As currently that's level 4. Oh yeah, I could make it like a... Yeah, I can make it earlier and just put something in the first... and just put what I replace it with later. But yeah.
So which level do you get the heal at?
The healing?
Yeah, the slime healing. I'm trying to see.
That's just a racial thing.
Oh.
Like, if you are a slime, you have that passive ability at all times.
I mean, you could just switch your levels 3 and 4. That would probably work fine.
Yeah, probably.
Switch the armor and wings.
Yep. Yeah, that's an issue for future me.
And with that, we are back up to Rose.
Alright, so I'll adjust my time again. No, not 1760, oh god. Alright, but this time around... let's see here, I would like to wild shape again this time into a goat, which I think would still be, like, triple sized.
If I remember right, Wild Shape is considered a spell, and you're not actually allowed to cast spells while Wild Shaped.
Fair enough, alright. So I would have to... Alright. I'd say we'll just, I will just change back to my normal self. And I guess I can provide some back support for Elise. But let's see here. See, I need to do some Googling real quick, because I want to see if, actually, I guess I can just ask. If I were to turn into a porcupine, would I be able to fire the quills in my same turn, or no?
I don't think you would, considering that it's not a thing porcupines can do at IRL.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting that porcupines can't actually fire their quills.
I mean, in your human form, you do have access to a +2 1d6 bludgeoning weapon.
My staff, yeah, just worry. Oh yeah, let's see here, my HP and AC would go back to normal, right?
Yep. So it's 8 over 16.
Alright. And 16 is right, alright. Yeah, I had HP and AC swapped for a moment.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I can... I guess I could try swinging my staff at this one over here. Oh, no. Yeah.
Alright, 1d20 plus 2.
Alright, let's
Okay.
go then.
Doesn't Yvonne have more HP than that? I remember her having 15.
When I just looked at her character sheet, it is 8. The reason
Yeah, I had...
the reason it was marked 15 earlier is that she had accidentally input her one lower than her armor class into her HP bar.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 8 hit points, 16 AC, and I accidentally put myself down as 15 hit points, 8 AC.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, she accidentally inverted her stats. I have her character sheet pulled up on my end, so when I also verified her numbers when she went to change back to her human form.
Alright.
So you do hit the skeleton, and because it is weak to bludgeoning, it
If I remember right,
vulnerability would
weakness
be
just means you deal
it.
double damage.
Yep. So roll your 1d6.
1d6.
3. So this skeleton right here is taking 6 damage.
Nice.
Wait, didn't you say it was a +2, or is it like +2 to hit or something?
It was +2 to hit.
Okay.
So 13 minus 6 is 7. Alright, with that, it is the skeleton that is in front of Elise's turn. So that is 1d20 plus 5. Nine plus that 5, that is going to hit you for 6 slashing damage, so take another 3 points of damage, Elise. And it is now your turn.
Alrighty.
Also,
So, first things first, start a turn.
Heal yourself.
That
9.
just barely doesn't happen.
Try to reach your turns if you roll a 10 or above on a d20. Yeah. So, I'm guessing you're gonna swing with the greatsword again.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to smack the 7 HP skeleton. Roll d20,
Roll the
then a
hit.
d4. And yeah, that does not hit.
Yes. You swing and miss. This skeleton parries you with a short sword.
Alright. And yeah, I'll just use my bonus action to summon the slime wings then, so that way I'm not caught up doing it later. And I'll just pass my turn there.
Alright.
You're in an enclosed space. The ceiling is probably at most 15-ish feet above you guys. Flying isn't going to help too much in this area.
I mean, since I can decide to just stay in flight, if need be, I can just stay out of their range.
So you're just constantly going to come down, punch one, and then go back up in the air?
That is an option.
It
Or
sounds
better
like one.
yet, I could just remake the whip while in the air and just keep on smacking them with the whip.
Even if you do that, they're just going to turn on Rose immediately.
Yeah, which is why I'm not deciding to fly right now. I can still tank some hits very easily. And if need be, we can just sit here until I'm maxed out on HP again. So yeah, I'm not gonna fly up right now. I'm just doing it so that way I have the option in the future without having to use my bonus action on doing it.
Take another 3 damage. The way this is going, I feel like I might have put too many skeletons in here.
Mayhaps.
I'm gonna remove a couple.
And this much sounded alright? It's just, this sounds like...
And it's just
This sounds like
their
it takes
high
forever to
armor
take them
class is
down.
making us not really hit them that often. And I'm just getting hit a lot because I have a very low armor class.
I mean, I have a decent armor class, at least in human form.
Yeah, but my AC is 4.
It's not the lowest AC I've ever seen, but it
Yeah,
is
but it's a
definitely
low
far from
enough
the
AC
best.
to where I'm being hit 9 times out of 10.
If something doesn't hit you, it's gonna be a critical fail.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, also Slayer, I don't even know why I'm rolling. to hit you. When these things have a +5 to swing with their sword, their bonus to swing is literally already enough to hit you.
Yep. Yeah, lowest they can roll is a 6. A 6 hits.
And with that, it is back to Yvonne.
Alright.
I assume you're just gonna smack this thing in the face with your staff again?
Yep, I'm going to simply smack this thing in my face with in its face with the staff again. Let's see. Let's go.
18. Roll for
Alright.
damage. 1d6. Bludgeoning 6. You crit. This thing died. You have successfully killed Skeleton 1.
Alright, I'll just save my movement. I'll just leave it. I'll end my turn with my movement being to be in range of this thing.
You are going to move towards the skeleton that is about to attack.
Yes.
Yes, I can keep track of which skeleton was where in the turn order. This one was the one that had the higher initiative roll.
Yes, I'm going to be there. As long as this thing's damage does not exceed 8, I will be fine.
Whoa. I just accidentally opened the inspect menu. What was that?
I was saying is, as long as this thing's damage is an 8 or higher, I can live.
It misses you.
Yes!
It is almost midnight. I had originally planned for us to start just a decent bit earlier and get through a bit more. Oh, Elise, it will be fun to note that the first boss you have to fight isn't doing much better in terms of armor class than you guys are, or than you are, at least.
Alrighty.
And that boss is not on this map. It is unique. There is an item on this map for you guys that you guys want to get for fighting that boss.
Alright, well, good to know.
Would it happen to be in this chest?
No, it is on this podium.
Ah, okay, so it's at least on this level.
There's one of them for each of you.
Nice.
So, it is your turn. Elise, take your swing.
Yep, I will smack it.
You gonna roll?
Yep.
Okay. You miss. You get parried by a skeleton with a short sword.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that result is less of a miss and rather it just bounces off the armor. But either way, it doesn't hit.
Yeah. You have been parried by the skeleton. And now it's back to you,
I mean, it's not as bad as the time I got parried by the goblin.
Yvonne? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Back to you, Yvonne.
Yeah,
Your
but
turn.
for those of you who want to understand that joke, go watch the first video.
I have it posted on my channel as well as Slayer has it posted on theirs, so. I'm just over here making the skeleton do a little dance on my end because I can rotate him. I don't know if you guys see him as he's being rotated or if I have to stop moving him before you guys see the position he's changed to, but I'm just
Yeah,
spinning
once
him
you
around.
finish his rotation, we see his new position.
Alright,
Just spin. The skeleton likes to spin on my end. It was just
So it's
spinning him
Revenant
around
from
in
Warframe.
circles.
Oh wait, yeah, the two of you aren't gonna know this
Anyways,
that one
Rose.
because you haven't played Warframe enough. But yeah, Revenant's ultimate is he just spins around in a circle shooting laser beams.
I am thinking what to do though, because there's something I could either smack it with my staff again, or there's something else I could do that also does bludgeoning.
I mean, it's probably not worth using a wild shape charge against a single skeleton who's already partially damaged.
I'd say just smack it with your staff.
Yeah.
yeah, okay, I can just smack him with my staff.
Yeah, the staff is all
Bruh.
reliable.
The staff will just be all reliable.
You miss.
That
Aside
one.
Aside from when this happens,
Yeah.
aside from when this happens, if I'm not in wild shape, the villains are gonna be like, "Oh, so what are you going to hit me with, mighty wire?" I'm gonna say, "I have a stick."
You drop your staff. It lands right next to the skeleton, so your staff is now right here.
Okay, well, that's it.
Yep, we're just fighting the BBEG, and you kill him by hitting him with a stick.
Honestly, but honestly, by the time we reach the BVG, I might have, knowing all of the shenanigan D&D stories I know, I might have honestly just somehow found a way to make it so that somehow, there's some fucking way, I will be able to just to kill the BBEG by just repeatedly bashing it in the head with a stick.
Yep. Also, tone
I
down
mean,
the swearing.
for that you'd need to
This
be a
is going
fighter.
to be going onto a family-friendly YouTube channel.
I mean, my end's not exactly family friendly, but sure.
Yeah.
If yours is.
Yeah, I try. Yeah, I try to make mine family-friendly. Like, yeah, it's more directed towards teens. I just want my videos to be able to be monetized. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm nowhere near being monetization capable, so I honestly
Yeah, I mean, I'm not monetized
just
yet.
don't care.
But yeah, if I do get monetized, my videos have to be appropriate enough for a 2-year-old to watch it.
Damn, YouTube really getting strict with their monetization rules.
Oh, yeah,
They're just trying
no.
to comply with COPPA because they got a huge fine a while back.
For what?
For not being very strict. COPPA is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act.
Was this around the time when like all the porn ads were on YouTube?
I don't know. But anyway, let's continue this. Yeah, we should probably at the very least finish this fight before logging
Yeah, finish
off.
this one skeleton before we end.
Yeah.
The skeleton misses Rose. Your turn, Elise.
Alrighty. You know what they say, if it didn't work the first time, it will surely work the second time. Damn it.
This is a sign that you just need to switch to the freaking Warhammer and start using bludgeoning weapons.
I have a worse chance of hitting him with the Warhammer than I do with the Greatsword. Because I don't get to apply a modifier to that. Plus, the average damage of the Greatsword is actually higher than the average damage of the Warhammer against this guy. And I just realized, for the past few turns, I've been forgetting to apply my passive. I'll just apply it for this turn. And, oh! Nice! I get the stronger version of that passive.
Hella nice.
So I regain 5 hit points.
And with that, it is back to Yavin.
I'm not sure if he's trying to do a running gag or if he's genuinely doesn't know how to pronounce my name, but that's not Slayer, Dragon. The fact that you pronounced my name different every time you mention me is like it's fun, but it's pain.
Give up. I'm sorry. That time, I typed it into the turnover counter Yavin instead of Yavone, and I just haven't changed it yet.
I haven't even noticed.
I don't think you can see the turnover counter that I'm using. Unless, wait, can you guys see it?
I can see
yeah,
it.
yeah, I can see it. But yeah, you can just right-click a token and add them to the turn. So yeah, that's good for future reference.
Alright. So, I'm assuming you are going to pick up your stick and try and punch him in the face with it again.
Yeah, I'm going to grab my stick and swing it at him again.
Roll.
Alright, 1d20 plus 2, 14!
Alright, 14. That is just enough to hit. Roll for damage.
Alright, so that would be 1d6, 3. Oh. Oh. Alright.
He misses you.
Hey.
Your turn, at least. Surely you can finish him off. He has 3 health left.
And yep, I'm gonna actually remember my passive this time.
You just activate it.
Oh, nice, I'm back up to full. And, nice, I actually smack him this time. And I smack him
great
for 6.
sword. 6 damage. You have killed the final skeleton in this room.
Ooh.
You can see a door, and what is beyond this door that you guys can see will be revealed in the next episode. As it is freaking midnight for me, I'm getting off.
Yep.
Dear
So
me.
yeah, this has been
I have
the
school
Slayer 246 and the amazing Dragon Steve and Rose Diva. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Have a great. And anyways, see you guys on the flip side.